Hey, it's typically Dingus back with another LEGO review with the 2022 LEGO Freight Train that came out 2 days ago. This set comes with 1,100 pieces, costs $200, and from what I can see right here, we get quite a bit of stuff, and it does include track with I believe, a right-hand Y segment. So you get, I believe you get 16 straight track pieces. I believe 8 curve pieces and 1 right hand turn track. So you get twice as many straight track pieces than we get with a lot of the other train sets. Well, since this is this is a train set, I feel like it's pretty obvious to start with the actual train locomotive itself. This is a European diesel electric, maybe just electric locomotive, ran in the inner parts of a lot of the areas. I don't really know exactly where. I haven't caught up on a lot of the trains since early 2015, but also I wasn't really much into trains. But this is a really good design, especially with the Lego City theme. Well, I've been hearing people complaining how basic this looks. To me, it looks fine. It's creating what it is, but also it's a Lego City set, not a creator. Creator focuses on more detail. Lego City, they pretty much build something to be more realistic and simpler, because Lego City is more meant for the younger audiences, not just for a bunch of full-grown people. These creator sets tend to take a little bit more time because they're more involved in the build process. These are a lot simpler. And I can see that in some of the actual builds, because these are very simple. They don't take many pieces, and most of the time they actually look pretty good. This is like my favorite card in LOL set. And this goes on to this. It is the auto carrier for the train set. You can hold up to 3 cars, one here, and one up here. It only comes with 2 cars, but I'm sure with some people's setups, they can fit a 3rd car up there, no problems. I really like the color combination of yellow and navy blue. They fit very well for it. This smaller car is I believe a hopper car or something along those lines. I don't really know much about the actual rolling stock besides boxcar, but that's basic information. And what you put into this is this electric car station. The electric car station, simple build. I just wish it was a little bit more stable, because they are only held on by 4 studs, and if you just barely tap it, I'm sure it will fall apart. The solar panels will flip down, which will make it easier to put into there. And those 2 cars that I was just talking about, those are electric cars. And when you have this pretty much out in your Lego City, there is the number pad that you put in all the information that it needs to let you charge one of those cars. And then you put this, which is a connection point, into either for this car right here, right at the back above the front, the rear bumper, or in this one, either side of the rear bumper, which is odd, because I don't really see car chargers being put in the bumpers. I don't think that's even remotely safe. Here is one of the other freight cars. This one is holding a cherry tomato plant, which I'm not even going to question what kind of logic is holding those plants, because it's Lego logic. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Pretty much like the older freight train, not freight trains, passenger trains where they don't have doors. The new one, the new freight train does. And the way you disconnect that box is you pull down on these. There is one on each side, which makes it really secure. And these are on ratchet joints. And up it goes, not being held on by studs. And these, the cargo side, aren't either, which is different, because I would put probably a 1x2 flat tile in there and 2 studs on each side just for a bit of security, so it doesn't fall out whenever you're transporting it. And that does come with 2 of these, but they contain different shipments. This one comes in 2 boxes. Oh, come on. I know these actually come off, or unless I was pulling on the tiles wrong. This one comes with jam and a jar of Nutella. And on the other one, I believe contains carrots. Yep, carrots. 3 of them without the leaf pieces. Which they should have added the leaf pieces in case if you wanted to have a little bit more realism. But probably not within the budget of the Lego designers building this set. This set does include 6 minifigures. We got 4 right here, if I can actually stand them up. That's the farmer. That is the person directing that heavy crane. That is one of the people waiting for their electric car. And that, I believe, is a businessman. That is the crane operator. And this crane is heavy duty. I don't know what kind of crane it's based off of, but the actual claw mechanism itself actually moves. Just barely. Because rather than having it ran by friction, like a lot of the other ones, this one has 2 rubber bits. Right here and on the other side, which allows it to flex. I don't know if that's a legal building technique, but hey, that's something. And in the train is the actual train conductor, and that is the wrong side. But you can put a minifigure in there, and if you want to run it going the opposite direction of the one I have it set to, I pretty much just murdered that dude. And there's the train conductor with some new color to her. Because they just released that yellow not too long ago. And this is the first time I'm seeing it as minifigure torsos. And that's the first time I actually owned that kind of color. And from what I've heard online, certain sets have that as plates, and it has a little bit of transparency to it, which is different. And for how to control that train, you can either use this remote, which is pretty good, or you can use the mobile phone. But I prefer using that because you're actually holding a controller. And I will probably be posting a short of this train going around its track here soon, probably within the next day or so, because what's the point of doing a review like this without actually running it on the track? Because that makes little to no sense. But hey, this is my review of the 2022 Lego Freight Train. And if I had to give it a score out of 10, I would give it like a 8.5. There are definitely some flaws, but they're just little nitpicks. But overall, this is a great set. If you're into trains, I would highly get this, and maybe the passenger train. But I haven't gotten the passenger train yet, but that is probably bound to change here whenever I decide on it. So, see y'all in the next video.